So this year to me is probably LeBron's greatest feat in his career. If not, it's definitely top five. But I think him being able to take this trash ass team to the NBA Finals is his greatest feat. And I know, like, I thought about it already. And the Golden State Warriors championship is probably going to be what everybody says in their head. But in this at least based off what I know about this season, the refs and the NBA didn't help him win the championship this year
or get to the finals.
Yeah, so that to me that's
that's a thing. And another thing, we keep running into Allen Iverson's career here, but another thing about Allen Iverson getting to the finals in 01 is that there's a series against the Bucks that a lot of people say is tainted because of the refereeing. So it's interesting that you bring that up with the refs.
Oh, Allen Iverson's?
Yeah, that 01 season that he made it. The finals between the Bucks and the 76ers.
Wow, I didn't even know.
We'll get into it when we do the legacy breakdown. I'll show you all about it.
Yeah, that's crazy because I didn't know about that at all.
But
I haven't really dug that deep into AI.
Because I was thinking about guys who we think of that have gone through this path of like being a one-man wrecking crew to the finals. So that's what made me think of Allen Iverson. Yeah. So Cavaliers, 50 wins.
Well, what do you think about that? Do you think it's his greatest feat? What would you have?
So I think what he did in 2012 in Game 6 in Boston is in there.
Yeah. But I'll be like, all right. I look at that as like a greatest moment, but I think him like overall, like you look at that season, like I'm thinking of based by seasons, like what is his
okay.
What is like his biggest feat per season? Like his greatest feat was beating Golden State in 2016 for that year. I think his greatest feat,
the bubble chip, Yeah, the bubble chip is probably in there.
Oh yeah, yep. I got that in my top 5 too.
Yeah, it's probably in there.
Maybe
something that happens in. See, you're totally right when you talk about moments because I'm thinking about it like moments because we're going to talk about one that's definitely in his top 5 that no one talks about anymore because he's had a whole career since this moment happened, and it's what he did with Detroit.
Yeah, seriously, that's not even like a top 10 that people's had anymore. Like
definitely should be. But before we get to the playoffs, I just want to run through the player stats and MVP voting. So this time, just want to make sure I'm on the right year, 607. LeBron 5th in MVP voting. Who was doing the voting?
Well, what I'm looking at here is they're looking at it as, all right, you dropped off from last year. Last year you were averaging 21-7 or whatever.
31, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, 31-7. So you had a little drop off, but your team's a little better.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Yeah, so I think that's what people are looking at that moment.
Yeah, okay. There's also not 3 guys over 30 now. It's the usual one.
Yeah, it's normal. Yeah.
Allen Iverson would have won his scoring title this year, like normal. But
yeah.
What do you call it? LeBron still top 5 in the league in scoring.
Yeah.
Still doing his business. Obviously, Cavs 50 wins like we saw. The East is the East, but I don't know. I just think it's a tough. Dallas won 67 games. This is the shit that pisses me off about the Nash MVPs. Like Dirk, I'm sure when I look at Dirk's stats right now, Dirk Nowitzki, 24 points a game, 50, 40, 90.
Yep.
Like this is good, but this isn't outstanding. This isn't like all like to me that's great, but not all time great.
Yeah, I agree.
But he won 67 games. That's all time great.
It's not MVP great. Like you're not the best player in the league, and you're not. Yeah, like do you think Dirk was the most valuable player in the league at that point? I don't know. I don't think so. Like
it depends on what your definition of valuable is, but 67 games, best player on the best team by a mile. No one's even close. Mm-hmm. So, like Phoenix at 61 to me, in my opinion, I know it's not.
Yeah, my bad.
It's only 6 games. I'm sorry. It's only 6 games, but 61 and 67. But it's just 67 pops off the page different than 61. I can't explain why.
But the funny part about this is this was like this the stats and everything kind of clicked, man. This is very similar to like the 2015 season when Steph won MVP. Like Steph won MVP on a 67 and 15 team.
The first one.
Harden came in second. Huh?
Yeah. The first.
He scored. I think he only averaged like 24 points, 8 assists, something like that. And James Harden had like a crazy year, and I think he came in second, third in the rankings or whatever for not in the rankings for MVP, but in his team in the West. His team second and third or something, and he didn't win MVP. And it's like weird shit like that because it's like, bro, you was not the most like. I guess you can argue Steph was more valuable to his team or whatever, but like it's like, looking at things like that, it's just like, come on, this guy's doing crazy shit, historic shit.
I don't know how many guys have not won MVP being the best player on the best team of a 65-win team, unless there's more than one 65-win team. Most of the time, if you win 65 games and you're the best player on the team, you're getting the award.
Yeah. You want to know who's one that didn't do it? Kobe in 2009.
Big facts.
Yeah. But that was because Bron had a 66-win team.
Exactly what we were talking about. Yeah. But LeBron, the real story of this is the playoffs, right? And getting through them, which this is what you're referring to as the feat of feats.
Yes.
So now they sweep the Wizards in the first round. Just to give an idea of how much either the Wizards have devolved or the Cavaliers have evolved.
Yeah. Is Gilbert there this year?
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas is here, but he must have gotten hurt right before the playoffs.
That's what I was gonna say. Because I'm like, because that also would change things if your star players and
instead, yeah. I was just thinking about it like, first round, maybe they're the 8th seed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gilbert Arenas is a kind of a crazy human being. And like we said, it's 3 years and then it kind of disappears. But Antoine Jameson, the guy you were talking shit about before, did something with his minutes now. 32 points per game with the 43 minutes. But he was not able to get one game on LeBron, who finished with 27, 8, and 7. And a steal and basically 2 steals a game. And now, like you said, Lindsay, there are guys on his team now that can score.
Just for this series, though.
Don't
blink. Do not blink.
Yeah.
This is what they were averaging for the season.
Yeah. He didn't have that much. But they had. I'm pretty sure here they ranked top 10, maybe top 5 in defense.
Yeah, I can get that. Hold on. That's up the top. So 5th, you're correct. 5th in opposing points per game. 4th in defensive net rating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were definitely a more solid ball club. So maybe it's just the difference between chemistry and LeBron just getting better.
Yeah, for sure. But again, this was an amazing because he was playing with shit. Like we already established this like the last 2 seasons. Like his team didn't change that much from the last 2 seasons. So he was playing with shit and he clearly was getting better. So that's why you gotta give him some respect.
And he gets to the next series. Who are we going against after the sweep? Is this the Pistons or
the Nets?
This is the Nets. This is 4-2. LeBron.
Who's in the Nets at this point?
Kidd, I'm pretty sure. Jason Kidd and Vince Carter.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. So I didn't know. That's crazy.
Jason Kidd, 15, 11, and almost 9. 15, 12, and 9.
Yeah.
Ooh. Jason Kidd. This is like this is what I want Ben Simmons to do in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
If Ben Simmons could give me that stat line, I'd be happy with that. Mm-hmm. Come playoff time. We were talking about that the other day.
If Ben Simmons becomes Jason Kidd, but with defense,
yeah.
I mean, you got
The only thing is Jason Kidd got figured out how to shoot after a while.
Yeah, that's true.
And that was something that, that's something I don't expect from Ben Simmons.
I don't know if in this point in his career if he was the greatest three-point shooter, Jason Kidd. I know the he was shooting were pretty good.
Safe to say LeBron's probably guarding Vince Carter a good portion of the time.
Yeah. Damn, that was probably a great ass series to watch.
Vince Carter,
so similar. Like
27-7. I feel like Vince Carter was never like a high assist and rebound guy. Like he was not really a more than 5 and 5 guy for a season.
Yeah.
But I bet you playing against LeBron forces you to do a little more. Like it gets contagious even if you're against him. But LeBron cuffed the shit out of him, 35% from the field.
Yeah.
I think Vince Carter was well in the 20s this year. So where is he on the per game stats? Yeah, he's 8th in scoring at 25 a game. So LeBron putting the team on his back.
Yeah.
Right. Nobody who is. I wonder if they were definitely the underdogs.
Cool.
Or, well, I guess they were the second seed. They probably weren't.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
I feel like maybe because I feel like in today, the odds of a higher seed being an underdog with this kind of scenario, because I think people would look at the Nets and go, "This is the better overall basketball team." You know what I mean? Vince Carter, Richard Jefferson, Jason Kidd.
In this era, hell yeah! Like,
they are not far removed from an NBA Finals. Like they got to one during the three-peat era with the Lakers. So
yeah, but that was like 4 years ago.
I'm just saying it was within the last. Like the core is still there, and we saw.
But the only reason I'm thinking at this point, people are looking at it as Cavs are clear favorites, or most people probably the betting odds probably were on the Cavs because they just had a 7-game series with the season before with the team that went to the finals or whatever, and then you see this team emerging and they just sweep. They just swept Washington, the second seed in the East. Like I just think that at that point they're looking at the Cavs as the better team. Because I remember in 2009, people used to say, like, they thought Cavs could win a championship in 2009. Right. And it was like, when you look back at it, you're like, how the fuck did anyone think that? And it was just because LeBron...
It was because of this. It was because of this year. And I feel like at this time, I don't think people thought, you know what? They were probably like, remember Philly a few years ago when Embiid and Simmons kind of figured it out a little bit? And everyone was like, Philly's going to make the finals.
Yeah. Maybe
they were that team. Maybe. As they got rolling. Because they beat these guys pretty soundly, right? Yeah. And they swept the matchup they had before in the Wizards. So maybe they're getting that kind of momentum.
Yeah.
Now here's where we get to the historic shit.
Crazy shit.
Right? I'm going to look at the season. I'm going to look at the total series averages first. LeBron 25, 9, and 8.5 with 2.7 steals and 46 minutes a game. And there's only 2 other guys playing more than 30. That's fucking crazy. Let's see. I have one. So Rick Hamilton down here. Same kind of story, a little bit worse. And they have Chris Webber here for some reason. I forgot about this.
Wait, did you guys see Boobie Gibson?
Boobie!
He's definitely not named Boobie Gibson on here. Daniel Gibson.
Are you ready? You want to hear it's great? Do you know what Boobie Gibson is also besides an NBA player? He's a challenge competitor.
I hate you so much, Jose.
Fuck you, Boobie. That's right.
All right, so Titty Gibson was able to give you 50% from 3, made 12 threes in the series. I'm sure that was helpful as fuck, considering he was the second scorer. but he's only playing 25 minutes a game. LeBron, dude, LeBron averaging 46 minutes a game is staggering.
Yo, but the game we really have to talk about is that game 5.
I'm pretty
right?
sure that's the
Yeah, that was when he dropped 48. He had 25 straight points from the fourth quarter, from towards the end of the fourth quarter to all of overtime, I'm pretty sure.
All right, so look.
I think he ended, but I had the stat right now. He ended scoring 29 of his team's last 30 points.
Yep. So look, and when you have a stat like that, you can look at it through the box score and it's still impressive. So 11 points in the fourth quarter, right?
Yep.
I'll get to the footage of this, but 11 points in the fourth quarter. Then, as you said, 9 points by himself, right?
Scored all of the team's points in the over. That's crazy.
Overtime too. 9 points by himself. To be fair, at least this time other people tried to get in the game. The first overtime, it was literally just him. And Eric Snow decided, I'm going to shoot it. And then was probably yelled at on the bench.
Yeah. Well, LeBron probably passed it to him and he missed the open three.
How many minutes did LeBron play in this game? 50.
Yeah, that's probably why
Holy fuck.
It jumped up to 46.
That is crazy. 50 minutes a game.
And you got this is the team that just went
Chauncey, 53. This playing for an hour.
2 out of the last 3 NBA finals. He's going against a well-experienced team.
Yeah. I'm gonna show the highlights now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Crazy. This is Spurs, yeah.
But he was a one-man wrecking crew for a solid half hour of real life or of basketball time.
Yeah.
And this, I think, this probably made the biggest skeptic go, maybe this year. Maybe this is the year of destiny for these guys. Maybe this guy is the one-man wrecking crew. I think this had so much to do with building his legacy more than anything in the beginning.
If he would have beat the Spurs somehow in a 7-game series, right? Let's just say he would have won 7 games with the Spurs. Do you think this would change his GOAT case?
If he beat the Spurs and got this one quick by himself and he got this championship.
Yeah. But you got to remember, the Spurs were dead nice. They had just won a championship 2 years before this. So it's not like you're going against a whack ass team. You're going against a dynasty.
They won 60 games. I'm pretty sure they won.
Yeah,
60.
yeah.
But
this could change. This could have changed it. I mean, I don't blame. To me, this only enhances him for sure. But I think if he would have won this, I think it would have been because his 2011 meltdown. I don't think it would have been held as high of regard because, if he would have won this,
I don't think it would have happened. I don't think that thing in 2011 happens the same way if he wins a championship and has that pressure off of him before that.
Yeah. Or maybe what if he if he wins this championship, he might not even leave Cleveland.
You're totally right.
He wouldn't have felt the pressure. He's I won a championship with a team that shouldn't have even been there. So I'm good. I'm just gonna stay here and make my money.
Well, look at this guy.
But he was so legacy driven that I feel like it would have been hard for him to do. I think he would have still wanted to win more.
I think if he had gotten the first one here early, though, I could totally see the case for him. Just being like, fuck it, we're doing it here in Cleveland and living by that old school mentality.
Yeah.
But he completely put it's him, it's Allen Iverson, Kawhi Leonard. Even though Kawhi Leonard's team was good, it's not the same in comparison to, and even Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson had the 6th man of the year, the coach of the year, the defensive player of the year on his team in 01. And a lot of people say he carried them by himself. This is the closest thing to carrying a team by yourself to the finals.
Yeah, for sure.
definitely. Am I missing one off the top of my head? Like,
Yeah. No, I think that's right. Yeah.
only one that people really talk about is
Dirk. I mean, Dirk's him winning.
Yeah, there you go, Dirk in 2011, and he won.
I always talk about that one
He's
because
the only one there to win.
Torching my team.
Yeah.
Like that shit pissed me off. Like I cried. Like he made me cry. That's a fact. Like Dirk dead made me cry. Like, and I respect him for it.
They were respectful tears.
Yeah.
But as we alluded to, LeBron makes the NBA Finals, but gets swept by a prime Tim Duncan, a prime Manu Ginobili for sure, and a coming into his prime Tony Parker, who's going to win Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Behind the 25 points a game, shooting 56% from the field. Right. I'm not even going to mention the 57 from three because he only shot 7 of them.
Yeah.
But this is like the Spurs at their peak. Yeah. This era, from 05 to 07 here, these guys are the best. Bruce Bowen, also one of the best defenders in the game.
How did LeBron shoot in that series? I think he had a bad series. It was like 20.
From a shooting standpoint, I got to imagine it's not great. Yeah, 22, 7, and 6.
35% from the field.
Dude, look, these numbers are not going to be far. These numbers are not going to be far off from the 2011 numbers. They're not when we get to that final.
Oh, 2011 was pretty bad.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be far off, and with 56% shooting and a little over 20 points a game. Very uncharacteristic LeBron number.
2011, he was 47.8, 32.1, and 60 from the free throw.
Yeah. So it's even higher than this.
But he only scores 17 points a game, I think, or some shit like that.
Yeah. Well, when we get either way, the Spurs systematically took him as close to out of the ball game as they could.
Yeah, but it was too much. Like there's no way you're gonna stop a.
Look at these scores. Spurs are winning, scoring 85. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I mean, remember,
Cavs didn't hit 100 once.
Top 5 defenses in the league.
Yeah, it's just a testament to where the league was at, and in terms of pace and the defense. I agree with that. But it's just stunning. Cavs barely got up 90. Like most of the time, this is the low 80s.
But that was what they did the whole. I think in when we were looking at it before that they averaged about like 88 points a game, didn't they?
Yeah, that I got to pull that up again. Yeah, this is stunning to me. So that 88 points a game puts them, and mind you, they made the finals.
Yeah.
They're the 5th worst team for scoring in the playoffs. And let's see the opposing points per game. I got to imagine they better be number 1 in defense.
Yeah, they're up there.
Let's see.
Yeah,
they should be number 1. If they're number 1 defensive team. I'm like, that's the only way this works. Like, so they were basically forcing half court situations and then pounding LeBron to the basket. Fucking A. What a strategy. That shit would never work in 2020.
Oh, yeah. You get shot off the court.
And do you want to know why? Giannis Antetokounmpo is the perfect example of why that shit would never fucking work.
Yeah.
That Giannis has that exact style, and you can't because there's too many 3 shot. You can't hold a team to 88 points per game now, even if you're an elite defense.
But it's also like just the amount of star power too that's in the league. Like LeBron had the luxury of facing everybody who only had 1 star. You know, like
sure. Giannis
is facing teams with 2, 3 stars. Like,
yeah, but so the book is out on guys like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it I'm not trying to. Maybe it started in this series. I'm not trying to say it didn't. To me, it started in that 2011 series. But this is a good foreshadow for it.
Yeah. No, I don't think it started. I agree. I think it probably started in 2011.
Yeah. But still, if he wins the championship here,
he has 5.
Yeah, 5.
I don't believe in the butterfly effect. If you win a championship, it could change other shit. But all things considered, if he just won this championship and kept on the same way, he would have 5, and I think he would
the butterfly effect is interesting because I think if he wins this championship, he might stay in Cleveland, and I find it damn near impossible to believe that he backs down in 2011 the same way.
Yeah,
he's already got that monkey off his back.
Yeah, I agree. Because I agree because maybe he wins less championships if he won this way.
Maybe because if he doesn't leave Cleveland, the odds of him winning.
Yeah, he's just Aaron Rodgers.
But you know what I mean? You know what? If he develops the same friendships, like he's a friendly guy, and he was always friendly at the All-Star and the Olympics. Maybe he could have coerced somebody to come to Cleveland.
Hell no. There's no way. No way.
See, he wants to go there.
They wouldn't come in their prime. It's so cold and shitty during the basketball season there.
Yeah. Man, he could have got KD probably. Because KD's a little bitch. He goes everywhere. KD a little hoe.
But maybe KD doesn't make the Warriors decision.
But I think he's the Aaron Rodgers of basketball if he wins this championship.
That's a great comparison.
Huh?
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, I think he wins early, and then you just.
So what's the basketball comparison for that?
For who?
Somebody who wins early and then doesn't really get there again. You know what though? When you really think about it, Larry Bird's kind of like that. When you look at his career, he makes it to the finals in '87, but he doesn't win, right? Like he makes it in '86. He played till what, '93? He got them pretty early, and we thought once that back injury happened,
Larry was up in the mix the whole time, always. Like he went to 5 finals, like. In basketball, like you don't have that many people. Like how many people in NBA history have went to the NBA Finals 5 times? That was a star.
It's a small number.
Yeah. So I think I don't know. Like I think that's,
Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron now.
Yeah.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Shaq. Yeah, Shaq
made it 3 times.
That's 5 or 6 or something. I think he might be.
Yeah, Shaq has 5 Shaq has at least 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Kawhi's getting up there. He's almost got the number. Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
There's a good amount now, but back then, and like when LeBron started, like
you really got to think.
It was Duncan, really, at this point.
Yeah, who won it? But I mean,
he was the guy getting to all the and that's the thing about. I wonder. There's no way they were not the underdogs in this series. Going back to that,
you know who it is. Actually, you know who's a really good comparison is Kareem's for like first 10 years. Like
he never met Kareem if he never met Magic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's an interesting one. That's a good one. I like that. Kareem if he never met Magic.
Like who could have been? But yeah.
Like if he retired in 1980. Like that kind of a career. That's a good one.
Exactly. Yeah.